don't slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Atlanta Falcons.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state at Georgia. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. For Nick Chubb. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway.
We got this.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And the Giants first down.
Right. Between 18. All day, dog. Check nickel. He's checking.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Chubb on 1st down, able to work his way forward for about 5. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Rodgers now to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Tack McKinley in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3rd and long.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And he's going to go down again. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and now it's second down.
Set, 180.
Mike 5-4. Come on, D.
To throw again. Newton airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Newton to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. First and 10 at the 45. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
That's it. Right in here. 59. Oh, you got deep? What is it?
On first down, Newton. That's caught by the UCLA product. It's Caleb Wilson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. First and 10, down at the 33. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and 11.
20.
Running right, this is Freeman. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He's looking for Ridley again, but it's going to be second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Check. Fresno.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Falcons on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They'll try and run with their fullback. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Check 13. Check 13. Check.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Rodgers. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Antonio Callaway, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23. Yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. He's letting this one go for Fuller. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Freeman looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
All right. Let's go, D.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Again, running right is Chubb. And he loses the football a second time. And the Falcons grab it. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Give him 30 yards there. They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Check. Hey. Check 24. Check 24. Get it.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. To throw is Newton. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return is Jones. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Slam, slam, slam. Shift, watch the shift.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This is taken at the 23. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers, he's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Antonio Callaway, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Rosas to add the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd.
Makes the score Giants 14, Falcons 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Great. Check 3. Okay. What is it?
Now it's Newton. Gets it off to Freeman. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey! Come get some.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Hey, 626. Watch the run. Right there. 54, right there, 54 Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught, Shepard. They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants! Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Newton now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Newton. And his throw is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Gun.
To throw on 3rd down. Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. Again, Newton. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
Well, it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At their 48-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons are going to get it at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, Newton. He finds his man Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Joker.
Gun.
To try again after the sack. Newton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They have 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Freeman again. 20. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Ready? Right to the 3. Ricky.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, they're